my shoulder when you need me. Those tears are running, I see them clearly. I hope you're waiting for me, saving up those rivers to make us see. Don't drift too far away, don't drift too far away from me, yeah. My ocean's running deep, my ocean's running way too deep to let you go. And I know that sometimes our passions are wasted on the wrong ones. And I know that we'll take a hurt before we wanna give one. And I know that my soul knew I loved you before I even knew you. Sometimes you gotta let it go, just hoping it comes back to you. Smoke signals to you, I'm blazing for you. Hear me singing over mountains, through the valleys, trying to make it to you. Don't drift too far away, don't drift too far away, my love. I hope you're on the way, come meet me halfway, my love. I know that sometimes our passions are wasted on the wrong ones. And I know that we'll take a hurt before we wanna give one. And I know that my soul knew I loved you before I even knew you. Sometimes you gotta let it go, just hoping it comes back to you. I'll find my way back to you. Wherever I go, I come back to you. Oh my, I'll find my way back to you. Wherever you go. I'll find my way back to you.
Alright, good morning guys. How is everyone? It looks like... there we go. We got it. Morning Progressive, how are you doing? It is Tuesday, so I think there's a only, 1 hour reset today? Let's see. Shut down at 5 and then back up at 6, so very nice. So I guess we'll kind of do what we've been doing on Tuesdays, and whenever there's a little bit of downtime, we'll go ahead and maybe talk about the next expansion or what's coming up next as far as the patch goes. Maybe just get kind of get to know each other as a community like we once did. So I think that's probably the safest thing to do. I still think I'm having a little bit of issues with my internet on my side, so let me check something really quick here. Let's see. I'm half expecting YouTube to continue its thing that it normally does throughout the day. My download speed's pretty solid. It's at 60, but it's the upload that I'm concerned about. So we'll kind of battle with that throughout the day until I get that situated. But no, I think we're set. We're going to do good. Let's see, level what, 21? Yeah, megabits upload. That's a little slow. All right. Empress says I'm doing good. Twitch is working on my phone at the moment. Very nice. I appreciate the update. How's everything else going for you? I know I had my first day of class yesterday, and this is going to be a long semester. That guy was it's the first professor I've had where he actually kind of almost whispers as he speaks. So this will be pretty interesting. I'm just glad I grabbed a front row seat there. Alright, so I think we're pretty close to level 22, if I remember right. I did go ahead and purchase the netherweed bags. A couple of the greens sold for like 100 gold a piece, so that was kind of nice. Let's see, what do we need to do? I'm going to try to... We did a little bit of house cleaning yesterday, so everything kind of got resituated and reorganized. Progressive says, it was working, but it cut off again. Oh, really? Man. Now, wait a minute. On the YouTube side, it cut off again, or on the Twitch side? That's a bummer. Alright. So I have a good bit of homework to do as far as stabilizing that. That's going to be pretty rough if we have to do that. Today's stream, we're going to go to about 10:30. I have to meet someone for lunch, so we'll still go 4+ hours, I believe. Let's see, where do we want to take this next? But yeah, like I said, we are almost level 22. So, oops, no, we are level 23 actually, almost level 24. So normally what that means is that we just do the last few quests in Ashenvale and then work our way into the Stone Town Mountains. Chris says, Twitch, my phone only works on 480. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's something I can deal with. Like, if it's adjustable on my end, or does it need to be adjustable on Twitch's end? That's maybe something. Progressive, do you have trouble streaming anyone else on your phone, or is it just me? It's probably a good place to start, I suppose. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn this bad boy in real quick. And I don't think there's too much of a follow-up. There is a quest we didn't do yesterday that I can run by real quick. But for the most part, I think this zone is just about done. While I did purchase bags and goblin gliders, there's level 24. Perfect. I'm going to put that there, actually. Kind of while I did do purchase the netherweed bags, I also bought 10 goblin gliders, so that should help in case we get into a bad situation. And then in addition to that, I did get a little bit of an upgrade for a bow. So, as normal, I think some people may have forgotten, the quality of your shirt and tabard doesn't matter. It's advised not to always switch them out, but it shouldn't matter too much. Chris says, works my phone. Oh, watching streams. I know the other streams I watch, they all have other resolution options. Okay. Alright. I will look into that then, because I wonder if that's some sort of settings I can set up. Streams. Alright, yeah, that'll be easy. Yeah, easy to look into, I hope. So with that, I think we have one more quest over here. There we go. So it's not sure how you would turn that on though. Me neither, Progress. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. I'm wondering if it's tied into the fact that I'm using Restream and streaming both on Twitch and YouTube. If that has any sort of effect, you know, within the quality. It seems like it shouldn't, but you never know. Speaking of this, let's go ahead and kill this guy over here. Should be it. Yep. Yeah, we get all of about 1400 XP for this guy. It's not too incredibly much, but just the chance for the green to drop. Like I said, I had 2 greens that sold for about 100 gold a piece yesterday, and that allowed me to buy the bags and everything else I needed. So I wish I could watch in 1080, but it's what it is. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna have to try it here, but I mean, if you can't stream it, I don't see why I would be able to. Oops, walk for a time. Let's try not to aggro that guy. That's really interesting. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be a borderline expert on the technicalities of streaming. Alright, so with that, we're gonna have to run all the way back. I think we do this each time. We have to kind of run back and forth, and eventually they send us into the cave of the Nagas, so that's not something too out of the norm. But yeah, hopefully the quality today will stabilize. There's a good chance that it might be similar to yesterday, so we'll work it out. Hopefully we can focus on content more than anything else. Like I said, have you tried the OBS from Streamlabs? I heard it's great. I have not actually. No, I think someone was saying something about it yesterday, or maybe I heard about it yesterday, but I might have to switch that. Maybe that's the better alternative, because I'm looking at my OBS, and sometimes the kilobits, I guess you'd call it kilobits per second, dips down into the 500 to 2000, whereas my internet says I should have about a 4 to 6K upload speed. So I don't know if it's within OBS, and like you said, I need to try it on new platform, but I might have to consider that for even tomorrow's stream, to be honest, because this is a little too volatile, I think, to watch for most parts. I did try to what do you call it, watch people stream on my phone the other day, and nothing would actually load, so I don't know if it's just me on my end. But like I said, I'll kind of look into that a good bit. It uses less of your CPU. Let's see, what as of right now, I think the highest I've seen OBS use of my CPU is 7%. I don't know if that's if that's high or a low amount for that, but that's the highest I've seen. Right now it's ticking at about 3 to 4%. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's something on my end that I need to look into a little bit. Let's see, let's go ahead and turn this in real quick, and I think we have 2 quests here. Yep, perfect. And we will head across over here. Chris says less buffering supposedly. Okay, that's good then. Alright, if anything, switching over to Streamlabs, what do you want to call it? Streamlab OBS, for less buffering would be worth it in and of itself. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and run along the shore. These guys are level 18. We're all of like level 24. I did look at what's his name, Bellular Gaming's little video on the comparison between the current patch and then 7.3.5, and it looks like the health of mobs double as early as like level 20. So that's going to be a lot of fun whenever that patch drops. Adore you. Good morning, Adore you. How you doing? Says, hey man, where you been? Asking in a nice way. I had to stop last semester because school just got a little bit overwhelming. I had a bunch of projects and tests all due the same week, so rather than be super inconsistent, I just decided to hold off and then come at it with a second wind and a little bit more efficient time scheduling, if that makes any sense. So this is my second attempt at streaming and going to school at the same time. So hopefully, I don't see it being too much of an issue this time around, but that's kind of why I dipped out last semester. But I do have this month's streams already planned, and then I have plans pretty much to stream the rest of the year at least 40 hours per week. So I think we're pretty set for this semester. From what I understand, the workload at school is going to increase a good bit, but you know, such is life. We'll hang in there. But how are you doing, by the way? Let's go ahead and figure out some more of these guys. That new bow is really nice, actually. I'll jump down here real quick. I want to say we have to go all the way to the bottom to kill the named mob, if I remember that right. There we go. And then Progress says, I haven't streamed in such a long time, I might get back into it. You should. Let me know if you do, and I'll try to do the whole following thing. I still need to get really familiar with Twitch because I have no idea with some of the technicalities. I was looking at the step ladder progression as far as like going from getting affiliate, going from affiliate to sub, and all that other stuff. We'll see how it goes. I have no idea how it actually all pans out. I don't think it's consistent from what I'm gathering, but it might be. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. Let's go ahead and pop this guy real quick. Doria says, good for you. You're a full-time student. Yes, sir. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I am full-time. I should graduate by the end of this year. So if it just so happens that the streaming stuff takes off and that's a better option, then I'll stick with streaming. I have no problem doing that. It's just I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and pretty much just try to learn as much as possible while I can. In between jobs, should I say. I've been good myself, thank you. I have, my new semester starts the 29th, so I'm very free. Really, the 29th? That's insane. I was looking at my schedule last week, and then I realized that I started this week. I was like, man, I was really hoping I would get another week off, but such is life, I suppose. What are you doing? What's your major, should I say? Myself, I'm doing project management, so by the end of the year, I will have a degree in project management, and then what are you majoring? Yeah, so I'm doing, I guess, double major. So by the end of this year, I'll have a master's in project management, a certification in program management, and then maybe by mid next year I'll have a master's in mechanical engineering. So that's kind of the short-term and long-term goal, is within the next 2 years. We'll just say roughly 2 years. Oh, I don't need to kill these guys yet, do I? No, I need to go back. I'm gonna kill them anyway though, just in case. In the next 2 years, have 2 masters. So that's the goal anyway. Oh, I'm glad I did kill him. Okay, that was close. I'm gonna stick around just in case this guy turns into a quest giver, but I think this storyline just kind of plays out a good bit. Progressive, you'll get my Twitch Prime sub whenever you can. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Progressive. I appreciate that. I don't know how, like, am I supposed to have Twitch Prime for all of that to actually work, or is it supposed to, does it just kind of, once you get to that status, it works from there? Eric Gwynn, thank you, good to see you streaming again. Hey Eric, good morning, how are you doing? Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's, I had to take a break. I don't know when you popped in, but I had to take a break due to school last semester, so I don't see any reason for that to happen again this semester. Oh, I'm glad I didn't run. That would have been tough to deal with. Alright. So, let's slay this guy. Alright, cool. We'll do that on the way back. Dory says, I'm honestly not sure what to do. I'm taking Japanese at the moment. I'm even not sure for my future. That's 100% understandable. When I graduated high school, I worked in a factory for a couple years, and I'll kind of tell you my story for how I figured out what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go, because I grew up, I would say, between poor and low middle class. We just didn't have, whenever I graduated high school, we just did not have the funds or even the means to even consider student loans. So I went straight into the workforce. You know, in combination with that, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of just assumed maybe I'll get into computer networking, or at that time just computers in general. But ended up going to work for a factory, watching these guys and making these. We made engine parts. Alright, so let's go right here. We made engine parts, and there was this one day I was working on the line, and our floor supervisor comes up to us and says, "Hey, this machine's broken down." We had been working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, like literally 84-hour weeks, and it was a nice paycheck, but you know, that's not something you can maintain on a long-term basis. So our floor supervisor had come around after like 6 hours of downtime, and he talks to us. It's like a Friday afternoon, right? He goes, "Hey, if this machine doesn't get up in the next 2 hours, if the engineers can't get this machine up, you guys are going to be working Saturday and Sunday." I was like, "Well, all right, that kind of sucks, but I guess that's one of those things that, you know, we run into." And I ran right by the guy I was supposed to kill. And when that happened, I was watching these team of engineers, right? There's these 7 guys, and they had just gotten back from overseas training, and while they were over there, they got paid by the company at full pay here in the States. They got paid by the company at full pay there in Europe. And, you know, that's double pay in and of itself right there. And then they got paid for the, you know, the travel costs, the hotel lodge, just the everything. You know, they're probably making 3 times their pay if we had to put a number on it. Let's go ahead and use the horn on this guy. That guy didn't aggro. I think he's level like 19 maybe. Okay. But anyway, so these guys 7 guys are standing around the machine, right? And they're looking at it. Let's go ahead and loot this guy real quick. You know, trying to figure out, troubleshoot it. Why is it not working? It's a huge automated machine. It has a massive robotic arm that has like 5 or 6 joints in it. So there's a lot of programming going into it, and everybody's standing around, everybody's supervisors standing around. There's like 6 or 7 bosses out there as well. And I watched this arm, and they give it a trial run, and the arm turns around and crashes into the wall, right? And at that point in time, you know, you realize, okay, well, I am working this whole weekend. There goes that. But at simultaneously, at the same time, all of these engineers started laughing at it, and you know, that's when it kind of hit me. These guys are in a position in their lives where they can laugh at a machine that's literally dictating how my life works, how it's going to run, what's you know, whether or not I'm going to work the weekend. It's just, there's so much of a quality of life difference between someone who has a degree and someone who doesn't, and specifically someone who has a science-based degree. You know, the people that are doing the nursing, doing the engineering, doing the physics, or the what do you want to call it? Any sort of engineering, chemical engineering. Those guys are the ones that typically have the most leeway and capability of doing better for themselves. Whereas at that time, you know, people who, generally speaking, don't have a degree are kind of more susceptible to the whims of the company and what do you want to call it? You know, just the volatility of the workforce. So that was kind of like my little aha moment. This is where I need to start working on getting my degree. So all that to say, you know, it comes with time, figuring out what you want to do. But at the end of the day, as long as you're kind of pursuing some level of education, I don't think you can go wrong. So I don't know if that brings you any sort of comfort, but you know, it kind of always has for me. That's kind of why I've, even though I did have a decent job once I graduated with my engineering degree, I still found that the more that I pursue education, the more opportunities there are out there. So that's kind of my little backstory as far as education and the pursuit of it, I suppose. Alright, so with that, we've actually finished Darkshore. And normally we just kind of skip all of Ashenvale, and we might do these last few quests here. I think we'll do that today as well, actually. I'll turn in this quest because picking up these little quests, oh, let's go ahead and close that. Picking up these little quests around here, I want to say they're what, level 19, 20 base quests. So they're not going to generate too much XP. These right here, I think you get like 5 or 6 at one point right here, and that will probably get us into close to what, 26. So we'll go ahead and drop this quest off real quick. Also, there's a handful of rares that float around here. There should be a wolf that kind of, he might be in this little opening over here. Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't even download NPC Scanner. So we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Alright, so there's a wolf that runs along through here, and then there's a horde rare that pops up over here. So we're in no particular rush today. Like I said, servers are going to go down at 8 o'clock, I believe. And we'll just kind of do a little bit of let's see, where is he at? We'll just do a little bit of kind of getting to know each other, kind of build that back up as we used to do last semester. So it might be this guy. Yeah, I think so. We're just gonna have to grind our way back there. I think that's him. Chris says, I'm not sure. I think it comes on whenever you get a certain number of followers. Okay. Yeah, once I figure that out, Progressive, I will hopefully I'll let you know. But from what I'm understanding and talking to Keithy, now I really haven't talked to anyone else other than Keithy who's gone through the whole process, but yeah, I think this guy is the rare. Yeah, okay. It took him what, 3 or 4 years to get to the affiliate status. I don't think it'll take that long for myself, just because I plan to stream on a very consistent basis. Like I said, we've already set up each week for the month of January to do over 40 hours, but yeah, I don't think it's going to take that long. I'm at the most expecting maybe 2 or 3 months. Now the only issue I'm going to have is to make sure the quality of stream on my end is decent, but yeah, we'll go from there. It says if I find out find out about it. I'll message you on Discord on how to do it. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, Progressive. Yeah, that'll help a lot. I don't have class today, but I do have lunch, so I'll probably not be back on this afternoon. We'll probably pick it back up, pick up the stream tomorrow, so that'll give me a little bit of time to also do research on my end. Maybe call my ISP and make sure that my connection's stable, because I just don't remember having this many issues when it came to streaming last semester as far as quality. Usually when it came to YouTube, you know, when you hit that 3-hour mark, it would bug out, but it seems like we're running into this right off the bat. So alright, so with that, I could have grabbed that fight path, but I don't think we're going to need it. We'll go ahead and grab this one and then work our way over here. So he says, got any tips on not getting bored when leveling up low levels? Well, good morning, Jacob. Welcome back. How are you doing? So for leveling, alright, so for me, I simply really enjoy leveling. It's just one of those things that I've always enjoyed, but that's just kind of one of my preferences. But as far as not getting bored, I would say mix it up a little bit. Like, if you're just simply leveling for the sole purpose of getting to 110, you know, it's going to be a little rough either way, because you're not focused on the leveling process and maybe the storyline. That would be probably my number one thing, is it might be slower, but kind of read the quests. A lot of the little stories are pretty good. Also, just for the sake of diversity, you get a lot of XP from doing battlegrounds. You get a decent amount from doing dungeons. You know, of course, you have your questing and whatnot. So I think there's also pet battles. So kind of mix it up a little bit. Like, you know, say do 1 through 20, and or say 1 through 10 questing, of course. Then maybe at level, what, 10, 11, you can do battlegrounds. So give that a shot until maybe level 15, and then do your dungeons, and then kind of like mix it up as you go along. She says 10 morning. Oh man, so what is that? Australia, right? I think, if I remember, if I know my time zones. Not called. Keith says, hey bro, guess who's back? Nice mount too. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. This spider mount's my prize for surviving Warlords of Draenor with all the garrisons. It's like my little badge of honor here. He says, I'm trying to get all the classes to 110, but I just keep hitting the wall around 60, 70. Oh, yeah, I get that. Honestly, you're 60 to 70, that's Outland, right? I would say you can do that via questing probably in a day, like maybe an 8 to 12 hour day, depending on you know, the route you go. So if that's any consolation, sometimes just simply the speed of leveling's addictive in and of itself. But yeah, try battlegrounds, or you know, try pet battle leveling. Those can give pretty heavy experience bonuses. I don't know if you're Alliance or Horde, so there's always Altaric Valley. Altaric Valley tends to give a decent amount of XP. A lot more if you win, but a decent amount either way. So it says, hey Q, what's up? What's going on, Wayne Talk? Good morning. How you doing? Dory says, hey, sorry my internet reset. I went back to listen to your story of education. I do appreciate it. Oh, no problem. Yeah, like I said, that's kind of like just my my personal story as far as what it took for me to get my education. But more importantly, to kind of figure out what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it. Let's see. Alright, so we have this quest. This little area was a little bit of a nightmare for my warlock. There's a couple close calls. I don't really struggle here too much with the hunter, but when doing the Ironman warlock, the application DPS is much lower, so it just makes that a little bit more difficult. And there we go, level 25. So we've already done 2 levels this morning, and we're only, what, 30 minutes in? That's not bad. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and put this guy up. Alright, so that quest is done. And we need to pick up quite a few of the quest items here. Or I thought we did. I thought we had to kill the goblins over here for their little pieces of paper. Huh. That's interesting. I feel like I'm missing a quest. That's alright. We'll keep going. I feel like I'm missing it though. Maybe I did. And Jacob says, yes, Australia, very nice. Slowly, that's one of the things I've been able to get a little bit better at is figuring out the time, not necessarily where people are at, but the kind of rough region of where they may be based on the time zones. So I think that's, I want to say Sydney. I want to say up until here recently, I thought Sydney was on the other side of Australia, so that's kind of my learning curve there. Right, so let's go ahead and knock out this guy. He says, it feels really good to study hard and ace test. It does. I've been on that side of the curve where, you know, you have the highest test grade in the class, and then I've been on the other end where the teacher says, all right, well, the average was, say, 78. And you look at your test and you have like a 62. Those are the worst days. Alright, so with that, oops, we'll grab this quest. Yeah, that's really weird. Usually we have to sit here and grind on these guys for a good bit before we get to leave the area, so I'm thinking I missed a quest somewhere, but hopefully it's not a requirement to get into Stone Talon Mountains. And we'll just keep plowing along here. Alright, so yeah, I think we want to be pretty careful. The NPC horde area kind of transitions into the player-based horde area almost seamlessly, I think, in this area. So just want to watch out for the guards. And let's see, let's go ahead and sneak over here. We might get lucky. There is a rare water elemental that pops up around here. He kind of travels in a counterclockwise rotation. So we'll go this way. But yeah, I have to say, probably the most difficult thing I've ever done is get my degree. That took a tremendous amount of work and discipline to do that. Especially when you consider everyone else is not studying or whatever else they're doing. Oh, this guy hits hard. I better wake up. Yeah, this guy hits probably look like 15% there. Even more so when you're playing a lot. Alright, so let's go ahead and blow this guy up real quick. I do miss playing on the Hunter when we did the Ironman challenge. I think I've been doing it, what, 3 months before we did the race, and I had gotten used to how fast the damage applies. Oops, let's go ahead and I guess we'll kill the other 7 around here. Alright. I think we have a good probably hour and a half before server resets. Also, before, I think, just in case, we'll Warcraft's down for more than an hour. I think we'll do the gold giveaway before servers go down. And I don't know if Walkman's on yet, but Walkman got it yesterday, and it's pretty simple. I kind of want to make it a daily routine, but in short, let's go ahead and not drown. Let me get back up. In short, I'm going to make I have a gnome in Teldrassil, more specifically Shadow Glen, and the idea is for people to make a character on Alaria, since that's where my character is, and I just kind of randomly camp out in Shadow Glen somewhere, and the first person whose character is less than level 10 to be able to open the trade window with me, I give them the 5,000 gold, and that's just kind of something new I want to start for the sake of helping new players, as well as maybe give a little bit of extra funds to old players. But it was pretty fun yesterday, so I think it might be something we stick with, and I just kind of want to keep that going as much as possible. And I'll give everybody kind of like a heads up, a 5-minute heads up before I switch over. That way, if you're interested in making a character on Alaria and then want to run around and try to find the gnome, you're more than welcome to do so. Alright, so with that, I'm going to pop up on the border stride. I think we did. Yeah, we did everything. Dory says, have you ever been considered playing on older expansion servers or the legacy servers? Yeah, so when Classic comes out, I will definitely play on that. We'll probably play on a level like a main, like normal leveling and normal rating, but I also really want to try to do the Ironman challenge on Classic, just to say we've been able to do it. But yeah, I will definitely do so. I don't play on private servers, one, because Blizzard and Twitch will shut down your channel if they find you doing that. Two, I'm just kind of I'm not a big fan of private servers in the sense that they're not consistent. A lot of times they're not consistent. You know, you either have a very close niche of friends or clique of friends that are in with the I guess the GM or the whoever's in ownership of the server. It's monetarily based a lot of times. You know, it's just not an equal playing ground, and then if that's not enough, they can just pack up the server and be on their way at any... Oh, I did miss that quest. Shoot. I thought I did. Okay. You know, they can pack up the server and call it a day at any given moment, whereas the likelihood of running into that is much lower on a Blizzard server. So, you know, those kind of combination of reasons just kind of deters me from doing any sort of private server gameplay. But when Classic rolls around, I will definitely be participating in that. Yep, I do have to go back. Shoot. Well, we'll know next time. I thought for some reason maybe I was supposed to pick up a quest item, but I just missed the gnome there. Jacob says, I'm studying an advanced diploma in game development. It's been fun so far, but now I'm up to the algebra, trigonometry, and geometry part of it. That can be fun, or it can be pretty grating on your nerves, especially when it comes to computer-based stuff. When I took my calc courses, oh man, what program did we use? We had to use some sort of program. I forget what the name of it was. It wasn't MATLAB, it was another one. But the most difficult time I had with that was trying to figure out if my math was bad or if my programming was bad. And I absolutely could not stand it. It drove me insane. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill this guy again, just so he doesn't sneak up behind us. He says, I didn't pay too much attention to in math class during school, so it's really putting me through the test trying to relearn it all. That's understandable. A lot of people, you know, in my opinion, have the misconception, especially people who aren't in a science-based field, that they're just simply not good at math, and math is really just like anything else. Like, the more problems you do, the easier it is. In my mind, there's not really a good or bad person at math. There's just people who've done a lot of problems and people who haven't, because really it's super repetitious. If you know where to put the formula, if you know the sequence of events and in which to solve the problem, it's just very, very basic stuff. And it's all about reps more than anything else. How many problems did you solve? For me, I would, especially in the engineering courses, I would do probably upwards of near 100 plus problems before a test, just so I can get into the patterns and understand when to apply certain criteria. It's just practice makes perfect, and math is pretty much the epitome of that. Alright, so we have 3 of 8 here, so we'll go ahead and start clearing our way around. In this area, you kind of want to be careful because they don't spawn in the order that they've died. So you can find yourself in a situation, especially if you get in this area, in between these 2 lines of goblins. They can spawn all around you pretty quickly, so just want to be careful with that. So I try to take them out around the perimeter here. Dewey says, yeah, I'd imagine you like older expansions because you have such patience with these Ironman challenges. Yeah, I do miss the vanilla aspect of it. Like, in my mind, how do you want to say this? Oh, there's another player here. Nice. In my mind, oops, that's not a aggressive mob. Okay, we'll go over here. You know, you have in-game content, but sometimes I think Blizzard may have shorted themselves in cutting down the XP. So from what I understand, the level in 7.3.5, when it comes out, the leveling process, the amount of XP needed is almost double. I don't know if that, you know, kind of takes into account you're getting more XP because the quests are at your level, but you need almost double the amount of XP to level. And I think that's a good thing, because you have so much content in the game as it is right now that it's almost a shame you blast through it without learning or questing in all the zones and kind of taking the game and enjoying it as it is as an MMO. I kind of do miss the leveling process and the amount of effort and time it took to level up your character. Let's go ahead and go back this way. Yeah, these guys are starting to respawn again. Jacob says, during high school, I was like, I'll never use a ouch bro when I leave school, so I didn't pay attention. Turns out it's one of the main things I need. Yeah, it's funny how that works out. For me, it was kind of English. I didn't really care at all for English or any of the, what do you want to call it? The grammatical, the correct grammatical usage of English. Format of English, or should I say. And you know, I would almost say that's probably more important to a certain extent when it comes to engineering, because if you can't communicate your thoughts to someone else, you essentially don't have any thoughts or any ideas with respect to someone else. If they can't relate to you or understand what you're trying to tell them, especially in a written format, you know, all the knowledge in the world doesn't help you. He says, that makes so much sense about the math. If only I knew that in high school. Yeah, I grew up in, I'll go back and I guess tell you a little bit more about myself. I grew up in a very conservative environment. Like, they were heavy, let's say, heavy Christian environment. So, a lot of the science, you know, like the biology, the chemistry, even the chemistry for some reason, it was one of those things where it wasn't really taught. So when I did go to college, I probably had a borderline 8th or 9th grade level understanding of biology, understanding of sciences. So it's difficult to catch up, but by no means is it impossible. It just takes a little bit more time, and honestly, just more like willingness to take time to learn the stuff. If you can like assess the fact that and understand and self-identify that you are behind when it comes to certain aspects, it's almost easier to catch up. Because if you're trying to study on a gauge that the person next to you is at, then sometimes it almost makes it more difficult. So, okay, so maybe we'll use an example, because that kind of might not make sense in and of itself for us. All right, so let's say you're in calculus class and you struggle with the algebra side and the the sequences of oop, that's a good spell. The sequences of how to do the math. Let's go ahead and so when these guys, you have to hit them twice. When they you knock them off the mountain, then you hit them while they're in the parachute. But if you're studying if you're bad at the sequence of events and you can't identify that, and you're studying at a level of the guy beside you who has that mastered and he just needs to know how to do the calculus portion of it, you can do all the calculus problems in the world, and they're just going to take you a ton more time and a ton more effort, and it's going to be much more frustrating because, alright, we'll skip that guy. You don't know what you're weak at and what you're supposed to be focusing on, whereas if you can just easily identify that maybe you need to focus an hour a day on doing algebra problems, just going back a step and doing the algebra problems by themselves, that just helps you that much more when it comes to studying higher level math. And the other thing that I found that really helps is try to help someone else, because if you can kind of teach it to someone, okay, this guy is really good at dodging this. Alright, we'll let him live. If you can teach someone else, we're actually done with this quest. Okay, we're done. That ability to talk out the problem and talk out the process of learning and evaluating the problem and working it out verbally just solidifies your knowledge so much more. It almost more so than doing the problems yourself, because you're at least talking to someone and talking through them. I agree with you. That's why I like watching you do the challenge, because it takes time and you have to be careful. Yeah, for this challenge, I think that's one thing that helps me with this challenge is being able to talk through each of the quests, because I think if I did it on my own, I wouldn't need to talk about it. I more than likely wouldn't talk about it, and I would just go in guns blazing and maybe not be as considerate for some of the details, and I would probably die a lot more if I didn't stream this and talk through it. Alright, so let's go ahead and when we get close to this thing, we're going to have a mob pop up on us, so we do want to figure out where the goggles are, I think, right? Or do we just walk close to it? Yeah, we do, okay. So as soon as we accept this or complete it, we'll get a guy coming at us. Yep. You want to kill the little fuel cell on his back first, and that'll knock him down to half health, and then the rest is pretty easy. This quest, I think, in and of itself, this quest took me like 10 minutes on the Warlock, just because it took so much time to kill these guys. I'm going to put this on my key here, because the lock has has it where he needs to be able to ramp up his DPS. However, the whole time he's ramping up, this guy's chasing him down, so it just makes that process a little bit more time consuming. Plus, every time I did it, my pet was about at half health or died. Plus, with the hunter, I can slow the guy, and that just makes that much more easier. And Jacob says, "Thanks for the chat. I have to head off. I will try and watch as many streams as I can." Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jacob. Glad to see you back. we will be here. Like I said, for those who are new to the stream or just now watching, this is something we'll be doing at least, I guess I need to get closer. There we go. At least 40 hours a week. So this is going to be something we're heavily invested in for the next year at least. I just need to switch to the oil canister. However, as we get further into the year, further into there we go. Yeah, further into expansions and patches and whatnot, I think we're going to do a little bit more main content. But as of now, we just kind of keep it focused on the Ironman. Maybe for the most of this month, maybe not. I haven't really solidified that yet, but maybe for this week we'll focus on the Ironman and just kind of catching back up with everyone and saying hello, and I can update everyone on why we had to take a break last semester. And that hits hard. So does this also heal me? Yep, heals you for 30%. Perfect, okay. And then we can heal Sam with that. And Simon, I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. Happy New Year. Say Q, good to see you back. Good to see you as well. How's everything going for you? Welcome back to the stream, by the way. We are back at the Ironman business. We're going to take it a little bit, like I know I just said we're going to focus on Ironman for maybe this month, but we might ease up on it as we get closer and closer to 7.3, because I do want to start fresh on 7.35. I think that's the easiest way to say it, 7.35. That way we can kind of level up on a more difficult scenario. Oops, let's go ahead and... Oh wow, he actually follows you around. Oh, okay, I got you. I had Sam on defensive, so that's why. I think I had him on defensive since yesterday, so whoops. Alright, so we need to kill 4 more of those guys? Yeah. Let's see, Dory says, my internet is bad right now. I am behind the stream a lot. Yeah, Dory, that's all good. Also, I think YouTube's been rough for everyone at this point in time. I'm going to try to figure out if I can do anything on my end to smooth that out over the next week or two. So it may not be you, it may be me, or maybe, in fact, just be YouTube. But yeah, that's something I'm hoping to work out and have smoothed out by the end of this week. But that is one of the key reasons why I'm kind of moving to Twitch by the end of the month. It's just, it seems Twitch has a little bit more of a proactive response for streaming issues, and at the end of the day, it's just not fun for someone to have to suffer through and reload their page every 5 minutes to watch someone stream. So, you know, kind of in an effort to take that into consideration and keep that in mind, that's kind of why I've primarily moved to Twitch. Let's go ahead and blow this guy up real quick. But that all won't happen until I, you know, get affiliate. So if it doesn't happen on the 1st of next month, then we, you know, we'll push it back a couple weeks or days or whatever it takes. But I did just kind of want to throw that out as an announcement, just so everyone kind of has an idea of what's going on. But I do miss the Ironman challenge. This has been something I've been looking forward to getting back into for a long time. One of the reasons we're going to start doing, what do you want to call it, in-game content, main content, for lack of better terms, is that there's stuff I want to have done by the end of Legion. If for no other reason, it may not be available. And one of those things is knocking out some of the prestige levels, as well as, well, knocking out all of them. I think I'm only at prestige level 4. Oh no, sorry, 8. I'm at 8. But the cap's about to go up to 34, so. Alright, so that's done. Let's get back on the road and... Huh, that's funny. Let's get back on the road and turn these things in. This quest is where it is really, you get into your first near-death scenario, especially if you're not a hunter. Progressive says, I think I decided to level a Dwarf Pally on the Alliance side. Very nice, Progressive. Very nice. Are you going to do it on Khadgar or Ilaria, or you have another realm planned out? The reason I ask is, as we kind of progress throughout the year, we'll start doing the Mythic Plus runs as well as the Battlegrounds. But I guess you don't really need to be on Ilaria to do that, since we have the cross realm stuff. Alright, I need to kind of sneak my way through here. There we go. Three says, yep, you know, it's a strange, no, it's strange. I can say stay 10 seconds behind and it's fine, but when correct on time, I cannot load it correctly. Yeah, that's really weird. I was trying to watch the stream on my, not watch it, but have it on my phone just to see how far back the stream falls on YouTube, but I didn't get a chance to actually load that yesterday. So like I said, I should have all the little technical problems worked out here pretty soon, on my end at least. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn these in real quick. I think, oh, you know what, that's why you have to accept these quests first and then kill an overseer, and then he'll drop the quest item, I believe. I think that's how that works. I want to say that's how I did it last time. Yep, that is okay. And then this, whoops. So I think these guys, can we pick up the ore? Yeah, we can, okay. Alright, so we'll grab that loot and turn this in. I think this is also going to push us further into the cave, actually. Alright, so with that, we're good here, and pretty much just blow up everything on the way in. And we'll pick up the ore as well. Where says, I think I'm on Storm Range, I believe, is the realm. Oh, okay. That's PV realm to begin with anyway. That's, you know, speaking of PV realms and whatnot, I think Blizzard's done a pretty clever thing in allowing people to kind of pick whether or not they're in, you know, whether or not they want to be on a PvP or PvE realm at any given point for the Battle of Azeroth. Cron Bob says hi. Good morning, Cron Bob. How are you doing? How's your morning going? But yeah, kind of going back to how PvP and flagging is going to work in Battle for Azeroth. So pretty much you go into your capital city and you flag yourself, or you, I guess, what do you want to call it? Deflag yourself. And at that point in time, you can go into any zone in the world, and you'll either be flagged for PvP or you will not be. So I think that's a really good thing for people who just don't want to get involved in PvP at all. It's also a good thing for those who obviously want to. And then, but more importantly, you know, sometimes you're on a PvP realm and you just don't want to be bothered by anyone, or you just don't have the time to spend fighting people. I know a lot of world PvPs, not really, what do you want to call it, active. For the most part, it's kind of dead right now, but when it was alive, it could be a huge pain just to deal with that all the time. So I don't know, I think it's a pretty good idea to give people a little bit of freedom of choice to figure out what they're in the mood for that day, whether they want a PvE or PvP. I do hope that they kind of continue with the promise in the fact they modify the quest reward accordingly. You know, people who do quests on a PvP server should be rewarded a little bit more heavily than those who are on PvE, just because the PvPers have a little bit more adversity to deal with than those who don't. So I think that's a good idea. Now, how much, that's a totally different question, but just the concept of rewarding people a little bit more on a PvP realm And that's coming from someone who's played on PvE realms for the past, oh man, 6 years? 7 years? Alright, so we need to somehow get up there. I should heal Sam up. Oops, there we go. Line of sight of myself. So let's go ahead and res Sam real quick. There we go. And we'll heal ourselves up. Do we need any more ore? No, we're good. So let's see if we can find out where this quest giver's at. So we'll sneak through here. These peons, if you don't mess with them, as long as they have ore in their hands, they won't mess with you. Wait, I did not see that overseer sneak up behind me. But yeah, as long as these guys have ore in their hands, they're not going to mess with you. However, when they drop it off and they're coming back from somewhere, they will you know, aggro to you like these overseers are. But all that to say is we can run through here pretty freely. Just trying to get to this quest giver wherever he's at. There we go. Okay, that's done. And yeah, we'll just take this back out. Also, when going into this cave in particular is a little bit, it's going to be pretty simple, or it's going to be really difficult depending on which entrance you take. If you take the top entrance, there's a lot of overseers kind of hidden around corners there. And let's see if we're going that way or not. So, you know, you can easily have, as soon as you run in on the top entrance, you can have 3 overseers on top of you. Plus, if you're unlucky, you can have one of the peons without carrying rocks coming back. So you have like 4 or 5 mobs on you in a couple of seconds. So you just want to be really careful of that entryway. And we did not need to kill this guy. We just need to work our way out. Alright, so with that, good here. Take care of this guy. They seem to respawn a little bit faster than they did last time we were here. Alright, so let's go. Let's take the top entrance just for a sake of example, I suppose. Also, it makes it even more difficult if you... Nope, we took the bottom entrance. Ha, whoops. There's a level 28 rogue, and here we go. So we have 3 quests to turn in, and that is level 27. So not bad at all. That's done. Oh, we gotta pick an item here. There we go. It says, looks like you need to apply for Twitch Partner Program to get sub and stream quality options scheme. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. It says from what I just researched. Alright, so I didn't know you had to apply for it. That's good information. Apply for Twitch Partner Program. Okay. I'll do that and we'll see where that goes. But yeah. No, I appreciate that. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't know you had to apply for it. I thought it was just kind of like automatically done for some reason. Alright, so for this quest, also, if you're a hunter or warlock, be really careful. We're going to, you know what? I got rid of my dismiss button yesterday. Let's go stand over here. The problem with this quest for hunters and warlocks is when you jump up on it, your pet despawns. And you really have a hard time summoning your pet back. So let's see, I think it's called pet utility. So we'll put dismiss here. Alright, there we go. So the idea is to jump up on this thing. Once you're up top, then summon your pet and take out everything you need to. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So Yeah, like that. I think. Like these guys, I think they're hitting me in the back. Oh, that's why. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to protect yourself when your pet's not around nearby, and half your spells are pet related. Hopefully that doesn't drop us on any mobs. No, we're fine. Yeah, so the whole time you're in the Zeppelin, your pets are following you here on the ground. Maybe that's a that's going to be a really hard quest to do in 735. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to remember to bind our Hearthstone here. I think every time I say that, I end up forgetting anyway, so I want to say one of my warlocks, when I thought I had bound my Hearthstone here, I think I ended up hearthing back to Darnassus or something, so I'll try to avoid that situation again. Now, Progressive, you said you have to apply for the partner program, but is the affiliate program something that's automatic, or do you have to apply for that as well? I can look it up if it's too much, don't worry. I was just wondering if you happen to know off the top of your head. For future reference. Oh, yeah, that's real good. Thank you. Let me copy that real quick. Sorry guys, we are copying a link here real quick. Thank you. There we go. Perfect. Thank you for that, Progressive. That'll help a lot. Yeah, hopefully today I'll have, or not today, hopefully today I can do a lot of research, and then by tomorrow I'll be able to give you guys a little bit more feedback as far as the inner workings and how this all works out. Alright, so with that, alright, yeah, Hearthstone. Hearthstone first. Let's take care of that. Make this our home. We could go ahead and vendor some stuff, I suppose. Let's see. We're gonna save that for later. We need to save our cloth. Once I think I say this every time I vendor stuff, but just for the sake of new people who are watching, you do, for the Ironman challenge, you can sell stuff on the auction house. You can use the auction house. The idea, however, is just as much as possible. You don't want to. There we go. You don't want to have any sort of assistance from other players or even your alts. I guess I can sell that. So as much as possible, it just helps to use the auction house as much as you can. That kind is not an upgrade, so we'll sell that. We'll just go through here as quickly as possible. Alright, so with that, go ahead and sell most of the stuff, it looks like. I think the rest of it's pretty much soul bound. It's too bad they won't allow you to transmog white items. I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind that. But sometimes it's fun to transmog yourself as something really, really basic. But I guess for whatever reason, Blizzard doesn't want you looking basic. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and pick up these two quests. And grab the one outside as well. Simon says, Kuhn, did you have a good Christmas and New Year, buddy? I'm back. Now I had to make some tea. Very nice. So, yeah, we had a really nice Christmas. We had a small little vacation just to kind of take a step aside and reorient ourselves a little bit. We ended up going to North Carolina, so that was really nice. It actually snowed on us in North Carolina, but no, it was real nice. I had a great New Year's and Christmas. How about yourself? Alright, so with this we need mechanized items, and I think they are... Oh, you know what? Before we take off in that direction, let's go look at this little hut. I want to say the mechanized air is inside this little hut, but also on the outside there's a rare spawn. Normally, if it's a hunter pet, I won't kill them if it has a very high respawn timer, something like your spirit beast or whatnot. But these guys, they at the most, a lot of them, especially in your early zones, only have like an hour. So this one's a pretty cool pet, but it's worth more for XP for me though. And plus, like I said, I think the respawn timer is like 2 hours or something. Alright, so we'll grab the mechanized air and we'll head back. I think we need to... Oh yeah, this will be fun. We need to go ahead and kill the giant fish and everything else over there. Damien says, I did not take you for a dubstep man. Yeah, I try to have a little bit of a balance. Believe it or not, though, when I studied at college, it was much easier for me to focus on my work if I had dubstep playing in the background as opposed to anything else. I think it's just that repetitious noise in the background. If there's any like what do I call it, vocals involved, it's pretty hard for me to focus and study on that. But we need to go over here. But if it's just arbitrary random noise, then it's not so bad. It actually helped me study. Chris says the affiliate program is for non-partner streamers. Apparently need at least 50 followers, average of 3 viewers over 30-day periods, so that is what you need. Okay, well that's neat. Thank you for that, Progressive. And you apply for that as well. Okay, good. I did not know that, so thank you for that. Alright, I'll have to maybe I should apply after I have a little bit of build time. I feel like applying on day 2 would be a little frowned upon, I guess. I could be wrong, but it seems like it'd be frowned upon. Alright, so that's our mechanized fire. And let's see. We're going to, I think we're going to go kill the actual horde. The little guys right here don't give us keys, so we're going to go kill the normal guys just across this little river. Avoid more of the harvesters. Simon says, oh good, I was hosting this year, so a big chaotic but all fun. Yeah, our house, we have a little bit of a project house just so we could have something cheaper to live in, and then in between my school and streaming I'll do a little bit of a project work on it. So far we've put another roof on it and did a couple other maintenance issues so far, and yeah, it's nowhere in hosting category, to make a long story short. Maybe by the end of this year we can have something going on like that, but yeah. Hosting takes a lot of work. People who have never done it sometimes they're in for a little bit of a rude awakening. It's really cost heavy too sometimes. So with this, for this fish, it looks like someone's already killed it. We need horde keys. I'm going to put this on my toolbar. So we already have 4 of the little horde keys. As much as possible, I try to save and build up the keys as much as possible, just because these little the guys that you release, they follow you around for a good bit, and they actually help you kill the fish. So we're going to try to free these guys as quickly as possible. That horde guy didn't drop a key though. However, the horde guys will also stop dropping keys once you've what do you want to call it? They'll stop dropping keys once you've freed 5 of these guys. So the idea is to work up to free 4 of them, and then collect 5 horde keys, and then free the last 5. So that way you have around, 9 guys running around with you. Whether or not that actually works, we'll see. There's always 10. The little bit of extra DPS has always helped me kill that fish, especially when I had my warlock. Doria says, totally, I play Najubis Aryan Dance homework edition for study, and try this for a little you may like. I might do that. I'm always down to find more music. Let's see. Let's go ahead and work our way in a little semicircle here. So we've freed up 3 guys so far. They also have somewhat of a short timer. I want to say maybe 5 minutes. So, when you're doing this, you just want to kind of do it as quickly as possible. Alright, so we are back up to 5 keys. I'm going to start just freeing everybody I see now. Yeah, alright, so how many other cages are there? So at this point, since we've released 5, we're not going to be able to pick up any more keys. So the 4 keys that we have here are all we're going to get. And I still don't see that fish. There we go. So we're going to open up by slowing them down first, I think. And we'll drop everything we have on them. Yeah, Sam's getting just about 2 shot. Alright, so we'll res Sam real quick. And good to go. So he's kind of stuck in a permanent position here. Okay. And let's see. Marissa says, yeah, wait a few weeks and then apply is my suggestion. I'd say 8 hours of stream time is needed. Last 30 days is what you need. Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. I think between yesterday and now, even, I think I'm at 8 hours, so that's not bad at all. Time goes by really fast though when you're streaming. I guess if you enjoy it. I think some people, kind of not, I wouldn't say dread streaming, but they're always kind of looking at their watch or whatever it is they measure their time with. Oh, we need to keep opening these things actually. We have our next quest that we have, I think where that question mark is, we have to free a guy, and he can hit pretty hard. I've never struggled with him like I did the fish over there, but he can hit pretty hard. Simon says, you make me want to try another Ironman character. Come on, Simon. More the merrier. It's, like I said, we'll be doing this at least all year, and if things go well, even longer. So, you're more than welcome to join. I think we're going to do a race again, but we're going to wait till when 735 drops, and we're either going to do Hunters or Pallies. I haven't quite decided which one we're going to do, but yeah, we're back in business. We'll be doing this again. Alright, so let's turn in the quest here. It says, I only got to level 42 last time though. 42 is not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. Was it as a hunter, or did you play another class, Simon? Alright, so that's that. At this point in time, we have to run up here. I would say any class but a hunter, but any class, you need to be very careful of the rare up here. as a hunter, I've never had an issue with him, but as a warlock, the DPS was a little bit slower. So he has what's an 8-second fear, and I forget his name. I think it's Taskmaster. Is it Whipmaster? I don't know, something like that. We'll find out in a second. But he has an 8-second fear, and he hits like a truck. And 8 seconds is just too much time. Brett says also says you could take up to 60 days to get approved. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, you know, Progressive, I think I'll take your advice. I think what we'll do is we'll work our way through January. That way they have a month of information to consider. And I like to think I'm pretty consistent as far as streaming, stream times, and staying with my schedule. We didn't have too much of an issue with that last semester, so I think we'll says so you could apply next week, probably, maybe so, because as of now, the schedule for this week, I think by Saturday we'll have about 46 hours, so maybe we'll give them a couple weeks worth of that information to look at, and you know, kind of progress from there. I think the most difficult thing as far as Twitch goes, and it was almost a bit of a deterrent when I was looking at YouTube, is that, where is that rare? Okay, that's the rare. Taskmaster Whipfang. Be careful of that guy. In fact, I'm going to put, let's see. No, let's put Sam on defense. Alright, we'll put him back on aggressive then. Yeah, this is a Ironman ender right here. So just be really careful. I want to try to make him run to me and get a free shot off on him. Is he bugging out? Oh, he's not in line of sight. Okay, this is... Whew, that was close. Sam was just about dead too. So, yeah, like I said, he hits really hard. And the fact that he got bugged up on that ledge was pretty close. Okay, so we're back in business. We'll heal Sam up. And Simon says, yep, a dwarf hunter. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you had the dwarf. Still, 42 is not bad, though. I'm hoping to get to 30. I think, I don't know, because servers are going down in about, oh, you know what? We'll do that. We'll do the gold giveaway at 8 when servers start to go down, just so that in case we don't get back on today, we can go ahead and have that done, the little gold thing. So let me go ahead and put this guy back up. And we'll talk about that when it gets a little bit closer to that time. Just gonna stand on top of this guy and blow him up. There we go. Alright, so with that, we're good. Here it says, Ardoye says, do you ever get frustrated when you have to restart a character? What is your mindset to stay calm when you restart? Honestly, no, not really. I won't lie, it's a little disappointing sometimes, especially if it's a easily avoidable death. But honestly, no, because I know that the Ironman process is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take more attempts, because the way it works out is that there's a couple quest guides out there to say, hey, watch out for this quest. But the thing is it's one of those trial by fire type of achievements, meaning that, you know, if you go through and say, for example, the only reason we knew about that Taskmaster Whipfang is because I died to him at one point, so we knew how to go into that and take care of that fight. So we also know that, you know, this cave over here, this cave that we were in just a few moments ago, we also know that that's a really dangerous cave. because I died there before. So it's part of the learning curve, and I think maybe having the mindset of knowing that you're more than likely you will die. It's just one of those things that happens, and it's just part of the learning curve. So it's not too big of a bother to me. Now, if we're at the end of the year and I still haven't made it past or made it up to 100, it might get a little frustrating. But I think, what was it? I want to say maybe Progressive or someone made a joke last year. Which is going to happen? Will Kim graduate from school first, or will he hit the Ironman? So that's the question in the air at the moment. Alright, so with that, turn in this, and then turn in this quest over here. But yeah, Dory, I think the biggest thing is if you kind of expect to die, just make another character. That's the easiest way to go about doing the challenge. And at the end of the day, if it's hard, or if you dread getting on, now take a break and stop. There's no reason to feel obligated to do it every day. All right, so we can switch color flames here for no apparent reason. So okay, this guy with a blue flame. We'll kill these guys with a red flame. And then Progressive says, so like dwarves. I've never leveled a dwarf. Except for the last warlock I made. I think my warlock's still alive. I haven't killed him off yet. That might be fun to do. I'll catch back up with that warlock. But yeah, other than that, haven't played a dwarf. The only gnome I have is a hunter gnome, the one that gives out the gold. But other than that, I've pretty much stuck with night elves and a handful of humans. I think I play a human for a warlock. I kind of prefer when it comes to the horde, I do kind of like the undead side, but also kind of prefer the Taurens too. Alright, so that's 20, we're good there, we'll take this back. And Simon says, yeah, I made the mistake of playing when I was super tired. That's the biggest thing, Simon, when it comes to the Ironman challenge, I think is like, when you start to feel that mental fatigue kick in and you're starting to run through mobs on your mount, or, you're just pulling fast and almost kind of lazy, that's kind of like my mental hallmark that, hey, I need to do something else, or we'll call it for the day or whatever, just because there's nothing that'll kill you faster than just the average mistake. And I think that's going to even be more significant when 735 comes out. Dory says, have you ever played Dark Souls? I have not. I've heard it's pretty difficult, but I haven't. Is that a streamable game? Because I'm kind of debating like to have a one day a week where I play a different game. Not, let's say, not like a different game. Alright, let's say we'll call it Warcraft game A. Not have game A one week, and then B, and then C, D, E, F. Like have a game A and then have a game B that I play one day a week. I don't know. I've debated whether or not to do that, but I'm really not that great at first-person games. I think Dark Souls was a first-person player game, so I've never been that talented with the first-person shooters. Never been interested in the Call of Duty stuff. I think we need to kill that, right? Yeah, we do. A lot of times, if you're in this area, there is a chest that pops up here, but it looks like it's not there today, so that is one of the places where a chest will pop up. But yeah, I've read a couple Reddit posts, I want to say, where people have said it's a pretty tough game. And he says, oh my friend, it's a very streamable. Really? I might have to look into that. We might have to do like some sort of a I don't know, a poll, whether we want to do a second game on some certain day of the week, or if we just kind of want to do all Warcraft and whatever. But yeah, we'll have to consider that. That might not be a bad idea. So he says, and it's all about learning curve, learning from mistakes. The game is perfect for you. Really? That sounds pretty fun. Simon says, Kuhn, have you ever played Civilization? I have not. Wait, let me take that back. I think I've played it. That's kind of like your old Command and Conquer games, right? Where you build up a base, or your Age of Empires game. Like, I've played those back in maybe 2000... Man. 2002, 2005-ish? Like, pretty much, I haven't played any other game since Warcraft, or other than Warcraft, since Warcraft has come out. So my my knowledge of other games is extremely limited. Oh, that was a rare, by the way. That's the whole reason we were going in that direction. This little spider stays camped out back here in the background. Ah, you know what? I should have tamed him. He would have matched my mount. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I want to say usually the timer on that spider, it's probably closer to an hour, maybe 2 hours. It can be a little difficult to find them, so maybe tomorrow, when we're at a higher level and it doesn't benefit us to kill them, we'll see if we can tame them, just so all of our mounts and pets match. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and... yeah, we need to knock out these 2 quests over here. Let's see, Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, thumbs up. Alright, let me write that down, because that's not a bad idea. We might have like a variety day. Dark Souls potential stream. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. The reason I ask if it's streamable is I know that a lot of, and I don't know if Dark Souls is Nintendo or not, but I know a lot of Nintendo games, if not all of them, you cannot stream, or they'll jump down your throat and I guess ban you or whatever else they do. But yeah, Nintendo's pretty strict about not streaming their games for some odd reason. Chris says, I just got Witcher 3, but I haven't played it yet. Got it on sale, New Year's special. Very nice. I think I want to say I saw part of the intro for Witcher 3 and it looked good. But again, you know, if is it console based or PC and console based? Let's go ahead and grab this and put it on the toolbar. I just haven't played anything other than Warcraft, so maybe that would be a good idea. Like to have one game that I potentially get better at, just due to streaming it once, or yeah, probably once a week is good. I kind of want to keep this primarily a Warcraft channel. Awesome. Just because I have so much to do in Warcraft between the Ironman and taking care of my main and running around with the girlfriend a little bit. Also, for this, just be careful doing this. This is either a suicide mission, what I'm about to do, or it works really well. But there, you see how there's a couple guys all around? So the idea is that one of them will turn into the little spirit you need to capture, but the majority of them are not. So what we're going to do is put Sam on defense. We're going to throw this and run like hell. Yeah, look at all the angry things. We did get 2, but holy crap, that's a lot. Alright, we're running. Alright, so there we go. That was close. Now, if they start slowing me down before I get further away, that's not going to be good. Oh, speaking of that, there's a rare here. I think this is the Emerald Spirit. I don't think it's a spirit beast. It's No, that's it. Sorry, this is the rare. It's not a spirit beast, and it does have a 1 or 2 hour timer, so I don't feel too bad in killing it. There we go. Alright, so the other group of people are these guys. I want to try to catch back up with chat. Simon says, what race would you recommend for a warlock? I'm going to start a new Ironman, so wish me luck. Ah, that's a really good question. Simon, if you like the what do you call it? I don't know. Are you going Horde or Alliance? Because I think Horde have maybe a little bit better options. Because you have the Orc Warlock and you have some sort of, I think, like little berserking cooldown you can use. You have the Trolls and then you have the Undead, and I think all those are pretty good races. For the Alliance though, maybe the Gnome? Can a Gnome be a Warlock? I think they can. Okay, so for the Horde, I would say, I would like, if I did it and I had to choose, I would say I would go Undead just so I have that cannibalize option and I can heal real quick, but that's just my 2 cents. Alright, I'm going to throw this and run again. Yep, they're angry. So I'm going to try to disengage to get further ahead. There we go. See, we aggravated 3 or 4 there, and we still didn't get any of the bound spirits. So, have these guys popped back up yet? It doesn't matter. We'll take care of this one. Yeah, the percentage of success for this little thing's probably somewhere near 20%, so it's a little rough. It says, I don't know, but it is RPG. Okay, yeah, the first-person shooter game, or the first-person games are, I say I'm not good at them, but I think the last one I played was like GoldenEye for N64. No, I played Halo. I played, I don't know if I played Halo 2, but I did play Halo 1. Alright, so it looks like these guys despawn, so I'm going to grab this little item here. And then there's a couple in the lake, so I'll grab those as well. Patrick says, you can buy on Steam and you must play with the controller. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, it's been a while. Maybe over 10 years since I've played with a controller of any sort. I'm sure it's not hard to get back into, but it's just been a long time since I've done it. Yeah, this quest can take a little bit of time if you're out here, just because of the nature of how unsuccessful the Highborn prison is. Alright, so evidently those guys despawn whenever you do that, so just for the sake of simplicity, I'll do this one. Alright, that's not bad. Alright, so it looks like servers are about to restart, so let's go ahead and we'll see if we can finish up this quest real quick, and we'll hearth back. Oh, we got 2 out of that. Nice. Alright. Oh, we'll go ahead and kill him. If it's just one guy, we'll be alright. So maybe one of these guys, probably not, maybe one of these guys will be lucky and give us the last spirit we need. Let's see, Simon says, I'm going to make this horde this time. Very nice. Yep, let me know. Simon, you don't happen to stream, do you? Because I know there's a surprising amount of people who are who do stream, and I never knew about it, so I feel like I should ask at least. Alright, so we're going to hearth back. And we'll do this little gold giveaway, and I'll explain it first, and then we'll do it. So, Progressive is fixing to get off work, Kuhn, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright, Progressive, I'll see you when you get back on. Thanks for watching as always, though. Let's see, let's go ahead, and that is level 29, so not bad. Someone says, well, going to make this horde, and we'll turn in this quest as well real quick. Alright, so to report to Force Commander. And I think we should, no, we're good with backspace, we'll be alright. Plus we have the vendor mount, so we're good. Someone says, nope, never thought about doing it. You know, I never did as well until I just like randomly did it one time last year, and it was a lot. I had a lot of fun. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but I've had a lot of fun. And like I said, the only reason I ask is just because there's so many people who do stream, so I kind of want to support their channels as much as they support mine. Report to Scout. All right, so where is this guy at? Oh, okay. Normally we don't need to do this quest. Usually we can progress with this quest and move forward and you know, kind of work our way through this area and back into Desolate. So it might be a Desolate stream tomorrow. Maybe my least favorite zone. Hopefully that'll be a little area we can quickly run through. Alright, so with that being said, we are at, let's see, we're all at about 12 minutes before server restart. So let's switch it to this. And this is the part of the stream where we're going to do something new this year. And we'll start out with this real quick. Alright, so for this, and this is to help new players, it's to help people who maybe want to start a new tune or a new server, or it could just simply be to bolster a veteran player's pocket. But either way, what we do is on Alaria, people will make a new character on Alaria, and within Teldrassil, this whole tree, there's the Night Elf starting zone is Shadow Glen. And somewhere within Shadow Glen, I have a little gnome that has 5,000 gold on him. And the first person to find me, which I'll be available on stream. It's not like it's a hide and seek match, but the first person to find an open trade with the gnome will get the 5,000 gold. So I think Walkman got it yesterday. Usually I'm going to save it for the end of the stream, but since we're getting to the point where servers are going to restart, we might come to a point where we don't log back in for today. I don't know how long. Server should only be down for an hour, but it's never guaranteed. So with that, let's see, at 8 o'clock in the next 2 minutes, I'll pop up on a gnome, and I'll just sit there and wait for about 5 minutes. If someone happens to trade, they get the 5,000 gold. If no one, if no one trades, then we'll just log off. We'll call it for that event, and we'll do it later. But that's kind of how this little bit's going to work. It was pretty fun yesterday, so like I said, we'll log off here in about a minute or two. I'm just going to work my way to the next position where I need to go to on the map, which I don't have that flight path, so I'm going to have to run it. But yeah, like I said, it's just something kind of fun, a little bit to do on the side, something to look forward to at the end of the stream, and hopefully I guess help someone start a new character or give someone a fresh start. Alright, so I want to keep up the little yellow banner, that way it's kind of an indicator that this is going to happen soon. But yeah, I will hop over as soon as we make it to the next flight path. That might be the best starting position. Usually, from my experience, whenever Warcraft, shuts down for, whenever they say they're going to shut down for an hour, it typically is a lot less than that. But it doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt to be prepared for them to be shut down for quite some time. Alright, so with that, there is a rare that pops up in this area, so maybe we can kill him real quick before we switch over. Simon says, no, we're like already level 3. Very nice, Simon. Congrats on the levels. So Simon says, I'm more of a watcher. I'd be grumpy and boring on stream. Well, you know, at least you know. You know, there's something to be said about a little bit of self-awareness. I try to at least be as entertaining and enjoyable to watch as possible. But yeah, to a certain extent, you almost have to be a little bit more outgoing than you normally are on a in a streaming scenario. But like I said, we're going to see if this rares up. Oh, there it is. Perfect. That's easy, a little bit of XP. And alright, so we'll mount up here. And we'll log out right here. It's a pretty safe spot. Alright, so I'm going to pop up one to know. And like I said, first person to trade will get the 5k gold, and we'll just kind of see how this goes. Where is... Let me check something real quick. So we have that, and there we go. Alright, so popping over to Alaria. So that's the gnome you need to find, and here we go. If it loads. It's getting a... So I'll try to make it easy just this time around. This is kind of where I'm at. And like I said, we'll do it, we'll let this ride for about 5 minutes, and I think servers are going down in 7 minutes anyway. So Nikki says, hello Hugh, good morning Nikki, how are you doing? So if Nikki's up, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my alarm here. Let's see. Just missed that. Perfect. Okay. Nikki, how's your morning going? Yeah, like I said, I think Walkman got the gold yesterday, so we'll just kind of hang out here and see if anybody makes it in the next 6 minutes before servers goes down. But alright, so while we're sitting there, let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So for those that are on YouTube, is it flowing smoothly now? I haven't heard as many people say it's bugging out, but I'll have to double check here real quick. I'm just checking the speed on my end to a certain extent, make sure it's healthy. Because OBS is telling me it's all over the place anyway. Yeah, it looks like it's red on YouTube side, so that might be what's going on there too. Oh, that's too bad. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to contact my internet service provider today and see what's going on. You know, that might be the best way to go about doing this. Normally what I want to do on our Tuesdays when we have a little bit of a gap, yeah, when we have a little bit of a gap due to server maintenance, we just kind of talk to each other, get to know each other, and kind of build the community up a little bit. But today, since we're having so many internet issues on my side, we might call this a good place, a good stopping point. Now, no one's traded the gnome yet, so if you guys are interested, looks like we still have a good 3 minutes if you can find the gnome. Like I said, I'll always be in Shadow Glen, so if it doesn't happen today, we'll do it again tomorrow. Like I said, the gold thing is just going to be something we do each stream. So I do see someone. I don't know if they know we're streaming, but Canopy the Seeker. Yep, I don't think they know we're streaming. We'll see. Oh. Let's see. Oh, you do notice me. Okay. Well, it's Canopy. Who's Canopy? That's pretty good. All right, so let's do that. Let's see. We'll trade. Oh, it says you're busy. Try to get this before servers go down. There we go. There we go. So Canopy, you're second one. That's awesome. Congrats. So there's a trade. There you go, buddy. Congrats. So we have 2 winners so far. That's pretty fun. I enjoy it. Let's see. No, probably. Whoops. Yeah, I can't type. There we go. All right. So with that, since we are having a little bit of technical issues, Gary says, "Hey, people, no, it's fine for me anyways." Gary, good morning. I think we'll call it for here for today, just because the quality is bouncing around a little bit, so it just gives me a little bit more time to get my internet service provider under control. And we'll try to start this tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's stream, we will go from 6 a.m. like we do. We'll always start at 6 a.m. and then tomorrow we'll go until noontime. So 6 hours worth of streaming, and we'll pick it up from there. But with that being said, we'll switch it back to this. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. It's always a lot of fun. We were able to get the Ironman Challenger up to level 29 today, so we'll pick it up. We'll pick up the Ironman tomorrow and hopefully get maybe to level 35. Simon says, "All right, Kuhn, take care, dude." All right, Simon, you do the same. And everyone else, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day.